So here we are. This is Krista with Happy Alaskan. And today we're going to find out what a displaced worker does on their first day without going to their job. So today we're going to head down through the snow along the highway and find a cool trail to explore. Let's go. As you can see, we got a little bit of snow last night, even though it is April here in Alaska. This is not uncommon for us, but it always is still a little bit of a surprise. Normally, we would have a beautiful view of some mountains across this water, but as you can see, today it's pretty socked in, it's snowing, and the wind is blowing. Not exactly the spring hike I was hoping for. Here is this creek that the trail I'm going to go on kind of follows along, at least initially. I've only been on this trail once before for about 5 minutes when I was just pulling over to stretch my legs a little bit. But what I remember, and you probably can't tell this, but it's kind of just a steep hike through the woods right from the trailhead. I also realized that I left my fanny pack full of my snacks back at home. But never fear, I grabbed some snacks I had in the car, and I do have a hot drink with me. So let's get started. This trailhead is right next to a busy highway, but in just a few minutes we won't hear the traffic anymore. We'll just hear the creek and the wind. It'll be wonderful. Hiking along this stream makes me think of one of our goals in health, and that is called to implement upstream strategies. One example would be, instead of waiting for people to show up in the ER with a heart attack and needing to get emergency treatment and possible medication for the rest of their lives, it raises the question, what can we do to get ahead of that? What can we do to prevent people from having those kinds of adverse events? So I suppose I'm doing that a bit for myself today. I'm out here hiking in the snow and getting in a lot of good exercise. The trail is steep, but really pleasant, very hikeable. I've been following some footprints on the trail, which has been really nice. But now I'm seeing that they are veering off to the left. But I think I want to go to the right. That's what I had read about in my guidebook. It had said, go to the right, not the left. But I don't know if it's this spot or a different spot. And with everything covered with snow, it's really hard to know. So I think I'm gonna follow my heart and go on this trail straight ahead. Technically it's the right turn, I guess. And hopefully that's the right decision. Well, I went to the right, and let me show you. It's either that there isn't a trail at all, or these alders have been so knocked over that the trail is completely covered. So I guess I'm going to keep following the footprints and take the left trail, which now, since I'm coming back down, is going to be a turn to the right. So, you know, it's always an adventure. Ooh, the snow is falling out of the trees now. All right, where are we going? At least it's not uphill for like 30 seconds. That's a plus. So following the trail is getting more difficult, and I'm still not sure if I should continue following these footprints that are ahead of me. I thought I saw maybe where the trail was going up, but as I started to go up the slope, I'm thinking more and more that this might be where an avalanche has come down, and it has pushed over some of the bushes, and the snow is very irregular. So I think I had better move, and I will follow those footprints for a little longer and see if I regain my confidence that they are heading in the right direction. I've been hiking for close to an hour and a half, and I'm continuing to follow these footprints of the people who have gone before me through the snow. I'm starting to have more faith that they know where they're going, and that I subsequently am going the right way. But we'll see. The adventure continues. The footprints I've been following have now turned into ski tracks. So apparently these people that I'm following were carrying skis on their backs through the forest, but now they're out enjoying the snow. I'm somewhat jealous I don't have my skis, but I'm also happy I didn't carry them up through the wood part. So I'm not sure how much farther I'm gonna go. I am completely soaked, so I wanna be mindful of that and make sure that I stay safe. Yeah, the reason that I'm soaked is that the snow that's falling is very wet, like it's on the verge of being rain. I also have a pair of these shoes that are Gore-Tex on top, and then on the bottom, if I can stand on one foot in the snow, well, you can't see it, it's covered in snow, but on the bottom I actually have little studs, like they are screws that people use when they're doing roofing, and they are screwed into the bottom of my shoe, and that helps with traction in the snow and the ice. So I'm gonna keep going. I think I'm actually gonna turn around right here, just given the conditions and how wet I am. And everything is really, really socked in. And the rain, or snow technically, is continuing to fall. So I think I'm ready to head back down. But this is a really cool looking valley besides all of the avalanches that have come down. So I don't know that I'd want to come back up here this time of year, but certainly beautiful and a wonderful experience. So I'm gonna start heading down. So I found this hollowed out log. I thought, man, if I ever got caught back here and had to find a place to hunker down in this kind of weather, at least I can fit most of my body in here. I don't know. Kind of interesting. Barely see the tracks, but I'm getting close to the trailhead. All right, back to the trailhead. It was a pretty epic hike, more so because the snow became very compacted in the bottom of my shoes, which gave me almost no traction on the way down. So it was a little bit of a slip and slide getting back down here, but I made it. Well, I am wet and cold. I think I might head back to town and head home, take a shower. But it's really weird because I still have a few more hours in my day before I really need to be anywhere. New experience, but that was a really fun hike. Thanks for coming along.